Welcome back to Orphans: The American Dream. We are doing another mini session with Caleb and Jared because the idea for the session that I had fits both of them perfectly. And so we're just going to collage. And then tomorrow we are going to start with a new session with everybody. So yeah. And depending on how this goes, it might go straight into what is going to happen tomorrow.
Sweet.
So it could be very interesting. But okay, so last we left off with both of you guys was you guys were like walking with the tank basically. But actually, probably both of you were probably inside the tank, like dying as you're being carried along. So basically, what happened was you guys went to a city with one mom, one like middle-aged woman, and 30 kids. And the layout of like the city is that they kind of ignored like the center of the city and kind of stayed to like the outskirts where with like country homes. With like country homes that are like spaced out like 20 to 30 yards apart kind of a thing. And so they kind of took one house as like their like meeting, like a town hall kind of a house, but then like they're kind of divided into different houses and they have like control over different houses and stuff like that. But so that's kind of the layout of like where you guys are, is that's what's like occupied by the mom and the kids. So you guys have just been resting then, because Caleb, you broke your leg, correct?
Yes. Real quick before you go any farther, Jared, you need to change your stunt. You have to change your stunt to the bad cop stunt, because then I'll get the good cop stunt and we'll get bonuses to do things.
I might just do that.
Bad cop is a provoke stunt. Cruelty is more effective when given a basis for comparison. Once per scene, gain +2 to provoke when invoking an aspect created by someone who has the good cop stunt.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And then I'll get the good cop stunt.
Yeah.
Will you just write the bad cop stunt on here for me?
I just posted it in chat.
Oh, thanks.
And so you're doing that instead of the wait, no, that really happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. And so the way this works then is the good cop stunt is kindness is more effective when given a basis for comparison. +2 to rapport when creating advantages to assist someone who has the bad cop stunt. So I'll create advantages and then you get an extra +2 when using those advantages.
All right.
Cool. That's right. Okay, continue, Connor. What were you saying?
Yeah, that's fine. So Caleb, you have a broken leg, and then Jared,
I have a broken everything.
Yeah, so tank to tank, I think, is what your severe consequences called.
And my mild was stinky.
Stinky.
I don't remember what that
means. We're sweating a lot. No, it was from Luke, who had
the gas bombs. Right?
Yeah.
I remember.
The biochemical weapon, which you took as a stink bomb.
Yep.
Yeah, too many video games. Anyway, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to open this up. So I'll ask you guys, like, so it's been probably like 3 weeks. You guys have probably started to recover mostly around like the, or not mostly, but you guys were no longer bedridden. Probably about like the 2-week mark is what I did for David. So in the week where you weren't bedridden to now, since I want you guys to like Caleb, you should be able to walk without like crutches. You're still going to like hobble probably, but like you can't go on this field trip if you're on crutches.
Yeah.
Kind of same with you, Jared. Like you can't be like bedridden and coughing up blood. Yeah. But in the time between like you guys being bedridden and being able to like hobble around and whatever, what have you guys been doing? Just like in general, not like NPC conversations or anything like that, but just like,
I mean, probably re-equipping myself since most of my stuff was destroyed in explosions.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like working with Josh to like help rebuild like your armor and stuff like that.
A little bit of consoling Connor here and there when I can.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Connor's been like holed up in a room and like hasn't been talking to anybody, but he was bedridden for a long time too. But he's having a lot more time recovering. Yeah. Well, he was taken out of the fight. But yeah, so he's probably still bedridden, but you don't know if he could be walking around or not. But it also could just be because he is having a hard time like wanting to recover. He might not have actually recovered as much as you guys. Like psychological stress of everything might have taken a toll on him, but you just don't know. But yeah, like Jared, basically, if you were to like try to console him, it's basically like a silent treatment thing, and like rolls over in bed and just kind of.
It would be kind of a silent stoic thing. After the first time, I kind of just come in and just sit, chill out, maybe read, work on my armor.
Yeah. Caleb,
sure he doesn't turn into a sociopath.
Yeah. Well, you don't know. You haven't had a conversation with them yet. But yeah, same with you, Caleb. Have you been checking up on Connor then, I assume?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously I would, for sure. I don't know anything more specific than that, but
yeah. Yeah, so is that kind of the gist of what you guys have been doing? Caleb, do you have any other?
Yeah, I mean, I think I probably, just because of what we talked about at the end of last time, I probably found a guitar somewhere in this town or before we got here, and have just been relearning how to play the guitar since I have my leg's been broken.
Yep.
So.
Okay. So that's been taking up most of Caleb's time.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll open up with is maybe we have a scene of like you two and Josh. And Josh is like helping you work on your armor, Jared. So we get a scene opening up with like Josh working on your armor, and actually I think working on your shield would be more interesting. He's like reworking your shield, and you're kind of like he's kind of asking you questions about it. Like, did we have it like this? Did we have the mechanism like tilted this way, or did we have this pulled back? And he's like asking you questions about it, and then Caleb, you're kind of off to the side like playing your guitar and whatever. But then I think unless you guys have something to go off of with that scene, as in like,
I mean, you said that it was Josh there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were not going to have a scene with Josh when he's not here.
Right. No, I know. Yeah. So you have that. I just, in case you guys had like a line that you were like, oh, I say this or whatever. Like I said, didn't communicate that well. So then I think David probably walks over, and he's like, hey, have you guys been doing?
Well, kind of crap, to be honest. How about you?
Yeah, great. So I have this drive.
Yeah, that's David. Good David impression.
And he says, I looted this off of John after I killed him. And I was wondering if you guys had the time to see what's on it.
I have an instant flashback to last time I used the computer.
And Caleb shivers off to the side.
Yeah, don't say that word. I'd just like to clarify, if David watches this, I guess I mean that's a character that David would play. That's not David.
That's exactly how he's been playing this
yes, that's not our actual real David. He cares very deeply about his friends, and if they're hurt, he wants to make sure they're all right.
But yeah, so he says like, I've been trying to train some of the kids with in firearms, and my arm is taking a been hard to recover since I had that escapade about a week ago. So I was wondering if you guys wanted to, go up and try to find what was on it while I'm here, kind of helping out with the kids. And I've been training Lynn on some things, and
Liz.
Sorry, Liz. I've been
I
training
love
Liz.
the saying. Best not be training Lynn.
What are you training, Lynn?
Yeah.
So do you guys say no, or?
So maybe I'm misunderstanding. So David is saying there's a computer. Could you check it out? Well, I'm
sorry. Yeah. So you guys are like, well, why don't you guys just do it? Well, he's like, yeah, we don't have any type of tech like that here, but there is a radio tower there. And I was talking with Mary, and that Mary is the name of the mom.
Mm-hmm.
That year. I was talking with Mary, and she says that they've had some speculations that the radio tower has a lot of tech in them, but they just haven't had the ability to go and check it out.
So I'm sorry, I'm being a horrible player right now, so I think I missed something. So what David came and told us there's a computer here that they need to access. What?
No, a computer. They're hoping that there's a computer up in the radio tower,
okay.
And he has a flash drive that he looted from John.
Oh,
and so you guys to take the
right.
flash drive up to the radio tower and get the information off of it.
He wants us to bring the kids.
No, well, he doesn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Connor is assuming that that'll happen from us. So my first response to that would be, isn't this no? Okay, so I say it like this. So as much as I am definitely itching to get out there and do something, this definitely seems like the thing that's more Josh's speed. Why us?
Well, Josh is working the bus. And we like pin over to Josh, and Josh just like shrugs and is like, yeah, I got my hands tied.
The bus?
What?
We don't have the bus.
No, he's making
a new bus.
Okay.
I guess he doesn't say bus because he's working on a vehicle.
Okay.
I'm going to let him decide what kind of vehicle that is. Or what it is, but I figured that's what he's doing during this time, is creating another vehicle for you guys to use.
We have a horrible well, what's the word I'm looking for? Track record when it comes to these vehicles, though. We lost the magic school bus. We lost whatever this is, or that last thing was.
Yeah.
So the train. I mean, can't.
Train's about as dead as it can be. All right. Well, I mean, it's better than sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah, exactly. And I just nodded. I'm like, okay, yeah, if that's what you need from us, yeah, I need to get up and do something. I stand up, limp slightly, and put down the guitar. I think what I do actually, Connor, is I go over to David, hand him the guitar, and then say, let's see if you can play something by the time I get back.
Sure, I guess. I mean, I'll also be like guarding the town, and since I'll be the main gunslinger left here, but sure, might be able to play a video after I get back.
I just roll my eyes.
He's like, what? The rest of us will be busy.
Yeah.
With you guys gone, who's going to keep watch as you guys are like walking away?
Yeah, I just ignore him.
Yeah. Okay, so what's
I figure we go talk to Mary.
Yeah, okay.
Because she probably has more of a lay of the land than we do.
Yeah, sure. So I think we get a scene of like you guys coming to her, and I think she like pulls out her map and kind of like shows you like where it is, and basically like draws like a little sketch of it. She's like, I haven't been up there yet, but every once in a while when we're doing hunting or some scavenging or anything like that, we've always wanted to take a couple day trek to see what's up there. But with all the kids here, there's a lot of taking care of that needs to be done with them, and I don't want the older kids to take that on themselves alone. I would worry a lot.
Caleb, can you get us there? Because I sure as heck can't.
I stare at you like, what do you mean, can I get us there? Yeah. Yeah.
Because you haven't like in canon you haven't like used that ability yet.
But so in theory, I've always done it all the time.
Yeah, like every time the camera is not turned on, that's what Caleb. He's like scouting out. And
we get like a montage of like all the times the camera has like there's been some dramatic scene going on. I'm just like gathering up a handful of berries. I'm just like, I found some berries, guys.
Like hand over like, and then we like get the scene with like Lynn breaking Robbie's hand.
Yeah.
And then we like pan over and Caleb comes back with like a deer over his shoulders. And he's like,
oh, what happened, guys? And I just drop it there and leave it.
I was just using all my awesome tracking skills.
Yeah.
What have you guys been doing?
Yeah. So I think we get that clip show and then I look, I'm still staring at Jared. And then that's when I say, yeah.
Okay, so do you guys think you would think to bring the older kids with you, or
I don't think that would be like the first thing on my mind.
Caleb, would it be the first thing on your mind? Not the first thing on your mind, but it'd be something you consider or think of.
What specifically?
Bringing the kids along.
Oh, bringing the kids
without prompting.
No.
Okay. So in which case then, just to kind of
like specifically with this setup, there's no logical connection. Like if we were saying,
you mentioned that the older kids, like she could have sent the older kids, but she'd worry that they couldn't handle it themselves.
Yeah, even with that, like just with the setup that we have, like I wouldn't immediately think of it.
So I think his name is Rick. I think Rick, he's like a 13-year-old. I think he like comes from around the corner like Pippin and Mary, and he's like, "You guys are going to the radio tower?" And he like, he jumps up and down. And it's like, oh boy, I want to come with. And then he like runs away to like tell. He's like, hey guys, guess what?
And I just like, yeah, my eyes start widening. I just look at Mary like, that's all I say. I just like, it's Jared secret messaging you something.
No, that's me.
Oh.
Sorry. I think she just looks at you and says, well, I mean, they've really wanted to go. Would you mind taking them with?
Yeah. Just looking back at Jared, I'm just like,
I mean, I guess we could.
Yeah.
I think she looks at you guys and is just like, I guess it's been really hard for them to not have a male figure to look up to.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
You're fine. Yeah, it's okay. The sad music started playing, and then we just like cut it off with the record scratch, and we're just like, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm. I say, okay, if we're gonna do this, I need to go grab something, and then I leave.
And I look back at her. I'm like, I don't actually know what that's about.
Right. I'll pop that there once the kids gather around you.
Yeah.
So we cut there, and then we cut to like the kids coming up to you, Caleb, and like they have their like backpacks on and like their walking sticks or whatever, and they're armed with the guns, and I'm trying to come up with names on the spot. So if y'all want to take up a name, I think I got Rick is the youngest one, and there's Earl.
Ronaldo.
Absolutely no, it starts with an R. That's separate.
Zach. That's a typical camping name.
I like that. What? And got one? Got one for me?
Ben.
All right.
Don't give Ben the chainsaw. Inside joke.
Okay, yep. So I think it's just 4 of them that are like older kids. So Rick is the youngest. He's like 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna say so we'll put 13. Earl is probably 15. Let's go. Zach is 14, and then I think Ben is 16. So I think Ben kind of walks up to you, Caleb, and like he's like, "All right, we're all ready. We're all armed. We've packed some basic essential things. We've got some rations. We've got some rope, and a couple tarps. Is there anything else that we should be getting?"
Obviously, I would know. Should I make a roll, or can I just say?
Oh, you can just say, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just spat off some random tool they forgot. I'm just like,
Yeah.
flint and steel. Always flint and steel.
Yeah, he's like, of course. And he's like, Zach, you want to go grab those? And he like runs off to grab them. Comes back a moment later. And I think they all kind of look at you, or they're kind of looking at each other, all kind of like look to Ben, and Ben looks at you, Caleb, and it's just like, so are we just going to scavenge, or do we have a different mission?
A little bit of scavenging. It's a specific scavenge, though. Or we're going to see if there's like some sort of computer up there. Have a flash drive we need to read off of. But I mean, if there's anything else valuable, we got enough hands, we can bring it back.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks so much for taking this. I mean, Mary really has a hard time trusting us that we can do this. But we've always been looking at the radio tower thinking there must be so much stuff up there that we can really use.
Yeah, and I frown. I'm like, this is Ben talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, Ben, what kind of stuff is up in this region? Any animals that I should know about? Bandits? Anything like that? Why is Mary so worried about sending you guys alone?
We've had some encounters with animals, radioactive,
Yeah,
or non-radioactive, and we've had our share of running with bandits as well. Some real nasty guys, but we took them out.
you guys did?
Well, I mean, if I take them out, and he kind of looks to the rest of the 3 of them and is like, I mean, we scared them off.
And I frown. I'm like, you 4, as Zach comes like running back, you 4 scared them off? How many were there?
3. And we had some help.
From?
Some of the girls and some of the younger boys and Mary.
All right. Well,
Different traps and things like that, and just shooting off shots, and it worked. And I think Rick is like, yeah, and Earl got a real good shot on one of them.
Yeah.
Hit him right in the leg.
Yeah.
He bled all over and stuff.
I'm just nodding, and I'm just like, I look at Jared. I'm just like, I like kind of under my breath. I just like, I think we'll be fine.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, are you not? Oh yeah, right. You ran off to grab something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said, I guess say to myself then, well, I guess we'll be fine. Like basically, like if a bunch of children could scare off whoever these people were, like I'm not particularly worried about taking them. So any like apprehension that I had just kind of like fades away at that point.
Okay, sure.
Yep, cool. What does Jared bring back?
All right. I like just appear with granola,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing how my plate armor is being repaired by Josh currently, I had to go find a different outfit that's good for camping, and I'm wearing like a typical camp counselor outfit that's like 2 sizes too small, and I have like suspenders and like the little ascot with the sash and just a gigantic backpack.
What the heck?
We're camping, dude. You gotta look the part.
So
where
I think
did you get that?
You look so ridiculous.
You please tell me you have not had that in your bag this entire time.
All right, we're camping, right? Let's go.
Deep breaths, Cal. Deep breaths.
I love how you always run this like an anime, that every time there isn't something serious going on, we just like, it's just like as ridiculous as can be.
How do the kids react to granola?
Oh yeah, they're probably equally mortified and shocked to see granola as they are you. And
like granola, go say hi.
I think like as Granola's kind of like running up behind you after you're kind of talking about that. I think Rick kind of like shouts, and it's like, oh, behind you, like as Granola's running up.
Right.
Is there something behind granola?
Granola? There's a giant wolf back there. And I think they like all grab like their weapons. They're like ready to shoot them. Yeah.
Okay. Real quick. How ready are they actually? Right? Is this like, oh crap, they're freaking out and stumbling over their weapons, or are they actually? Do they actually like quickly get prepared?
I give them a 5 out of 10.
Okay. So could do better, but could do worse. Yeah, I'm just watching that the whole time. I'm just like paying attention. Like, okay. Yeah, but obviously we have that exchange.
Down from their granola fright.
Yeah. How do we? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, Jared.
I'm like, granola, do the thing, and then he does the dance from the train sequence.
I think they start lowering their weapons, and then like Granola does like a particularly like abrupt move, and they like raise him again and like start lowering him again, and they're just like super confused.
This is Granola. He is the third camp counselor, and he also has like a little ascot on.
Well, actually, no. I want to roll from you, Jared. I don't know what you did for that. Was it rapport? Or was it athletics? I bet it was athletics.
Was what athletics?
The dance. To impress people with the dance?
I'm provoking their deepest artistic feelings.
Absolutely not.
No.
It was absolutely athletics.
Okay.
So I want to see how well Granola does this dance. And are you dancing with him?
No.
Okay, so just roll for Granola then.
Okay. What's the
ob is I don't remember what I made it before, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 5.
Oof.
Like accurately do this dance.
Okay, so could you remind me what actually is this dance like?
Have you ever seen the dance till you die, dance till you're dead dog?
No.
Is he like
a little dance with that like
does it?
No. He's just like he's literally just like twerking, but he's a dog.
Yeah, I think it's a difficulty 6.
6. It's an actual thing that happened in real life.
But he's a radioactive wolf.
Well,
like tamed from the wild.
Okay, well, I'm not even gonna roll.
No, that's the thing, is you do have to roll it because then he doesn't do it well.
Definitely did not consider that this would be the first roll of the game.
I didn't either.
You got a 1.
All right, so yeah, so he doesn't look like he's dancing, and it's kind of scary.
Like, okay,
so they're still a little bit put off by Granola.
Granola, no, you're not doing it right. You practice this. You're embarrassing me in front of the kids.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think after the dance is done, I think the kids kind of are like, all right, so is that thing coming with us too?
Yeah.
Okay. And
you always got to bring a dog into the woods with you.
I think Rick is like, well, I don't know what he was just doing, but I think he's pretty cool.
Is Rick the youngest one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to ride him?
Yeah, he's still. Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. So you ask him that, and he's like, "Oh, heck no!" And he like takes a step back, like he's still really put off by him, but he wants to say he's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I like to look at everybody. I'm like, all right. Well, camp counselor antics aside, is everyone ready to go?
They all give you a nod, and Ben's like, "We won't let you down."
Yeah. So I think I say, all right. So what you want to do every single time before you head out is do a inventory of everything you have. Make sure you didn't forget anything. List it all off for me, boys.
So they list it all off, but you already did that, and you were like Flint and Steel.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm like, to me, they asked, like, we just did that. And I'm like, no, always do it 3 times.
Okay.
I pull out my giant bag and I open it up, and then I just close it without doing the inventory.
Right.
So yeah, they list off everything that they have, and then they're like, "Did we forget anything?"
And I'm like, no, given what you have, but, and then I like grab out my survival equipment because I like legit have like an extra for this, and I just like start pulling out a bunch of extra tools, and I'm like, this would be handy if you ever find one, and then like just kind of like start listing off these items and like what they do. So keep a lookout for that if you ever see one, scavenging. That's what it does. It could be helpful. And then just put everything back, and I'm like, and weapons. We have what? Four rifles, and like, what else do they have? Like knives.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, good. So if we actually
3 of them have rifles. They only have 3 rifles at the place. I think I established that last session. And then I think the last kid, probably Rick, then has a shotgun.
Okay.
Put back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think I say, if we get into a violent situation, you are going to provide support. Okay. Jared and I are going to handle the big stuff. All right. And we'll try to talk whoever it is down first. But me and Jared and Granola are going to handle whatever frontal anything is going to be going on. You are going to stay back, and by all means, use your guns. Make sure you help us out. But we're taking the lead role on this, and the number one thing I want to emphasize above everything else, this is the most important thing to remember about this field trip. You are going to listen to every single thing we say. All right? If I tell you to immediately get on the ground, you're going to do it before I finish the sentence. Do I make myself clear?
They all kind of look at each other and they nod.
Yeah. So can I use that to create an advantage, like good cop advantage? And then what I want Jared to do, I'll give him the nod, and then I want Jared to like scare the bejeebies out of him. Right.
Okay, sure. So
do you get a +2 to making that advantage?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So rolling rapport then?
Yeah. So basically I'm going to make an advantage with rapport. And this is like, even though I was being serious about that moment, like this whole sequence for me has been like, cool. Like, you're going to help out. This is going to be great, guys. Like, but then I want like basically Jared to then like scare them with something, just to like enforce it, reinforce it.
So everything before this moment has been like the rapport roll, creating the advantage, and then it's just kind of you letting on to Jared that you want him to scare them.
Yes.
You're like, if I say drop, you drop.
Yeah. And then I imagine like Jared obviously will do whatever he's going to do, but like my original thought was like, Jared just starts talking softly, right? Like about something scary, and then everybody like looks over him. But whatever you want to do, Jared's fine. I will go ahead and roll that with +2.
Difficulty 3?
3. Yep, makes sense. Oh! Well, I got a 9.
I think you get 2 free invokes.
I do, yeah. Or you do if you need them.
So
you rolled a plus.
I get.
Basically, you get an automatic +2 if you need it. If you use the aspect, I think. Well, let me double check what I.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was just saying you rolled a +2 and got +7 to your roll. Yeah, no. So Jared will be able to use the 2 free invokes.
Yeah,
and because he's invoking it, he gets another +2.
Yes, but
technically +2 per invoke.
It is, but yes, it is. So
an extra +2 per invoke of it?
No. Sorry. Gain a +2 to provoke when invoking an aspect created by someone. Well, once per scene is what it says. So.
Okay. So I can't do it twice.
No. Gotcha. But I'll go ahead and make that aspect real quick. And so it'll be camp counselors.
I'm going to do my the secret is I'm always angry. I can use provoke instead of rapport when telling someone the ugly truth.
Okay, sure.
I'm like, yeah, if you don't listen to Caleb, you're going to get eaten by a bear.
Okay.
And what's the difficulty?
I guess I'll make it a 4.
Well, I don't even need to use either of those, Caleb.
Yep, there you go. 4.
So does this just mean they're gonna like listen to us? We're not creating it. Am I creating another advantage, or
no?
are we creating like the scene aspect that they're gonna listen to us?
I think the idea was you're doing an overcome roll, and basically the result of this is they will listen to everything we say.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But then I've made this aspect that we can also spend later on.
So technically, then, if the difficulty is a 4 and that was a 4, you succeeded a minor cost.
That's true. But you can spend an invoke if you wanted to. Just
okay, yeah, I'll just do an invoke and then make that.
It would make it a 10 or an 8 altogether because you get the extra +2.
A little overkill, but
I mean, you succeed with style. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
They are just like in reverence of our coolness.
Right.
Yeah.
At first, they just saw like a goofball and like an old man with a gimp.
Right.
Now they're just like, oh, these guys are so cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely imagining like with with the whole thing you're doing with the camp counselor outfit. You look like Armstrong. But then it's revealed like this is a goofy guy, but like you take him seriously, right? Like, Cool.
You know what? I'm gonna add another +2 to that and just be like, I punched a bear once.
You just want to spend all the invokes?
Well, no. That's my other stunt. Is if I get +2 to provoke if I'm telling one of my unbelievable stories.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's a 10, Connor. What now?
I mean, with
wait, never mind. I took bad cop instead of that. That's my bad.
Oh right, yeah, you did.
I don't have that anymore. I lied, Connor.
Oh,
go on before I embarrass myself more.
Okay, so anyway,
I'm trying to specifically remember what you get for like succeeding with style and not overcome. Oh, you get a boost in addition to attaining your goal. That's cool.
I only spent one of those camp counselors.
Right.
Right, but you still get a +4 over, so that's 8, which is at least 3.
I know he marked both of them as being used.
I didn't mark them. No.
Oh, I did that. So basically, I assume we can just add another invoke to camp counselors as if it wasn't spent. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
Sweet.
fine. Excuse me. So right after you guys are done saying that, then before you leave, somebody else runs up, wearing a backpack.
Uh-oh.
And the boys turn and say, Rosie? And a 15-year-old girl comes up, and she's got 2 pistols locked in her waist, and she's got a backpack on, and she's got all her stuff, and she's like, I'm coming too.
So I guess the first thing I'd say is, did Mary say you could go?
I don't know.
Because that'd be my big thing. Is like that's her call, really.
Yeah, I think she says yes.
Caleb.
I'm gonna roll on empathy to make sure that she's not lying about that.
I can't help you with that.
Okay. You got a 1.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll 2.
Oh my goodness.
Gary got a -2. Oh, I saw.
Okay, so yeah, difficulty is 3. So yeah, you guys don't I guess I should say you guys believe her.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just go ahead and spend one of those camp counselors to succeed at a minor cost.
Okay. Would the minor cost be?
You make her cry.
So yeah, so I think. Well, I think you see that she's lying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the minor cost is if you turn her away, the boys are going to get real upset and be like, no, bring her with. But it depends on whether or not if she's lying, you don't care.
Well, so I want to make a point of that, right? I kind of sigh. I'm just like, Rosie, now why would you expect me to take you on this trip if you're going to start the whole thing out by lying to me?
I think she blushes and she says, but if the boys get to go with, why not me?
That's not
just because I'm a girl,
Rosie. That's not what this is about at all.
It is to marry. It's the only reason she said no.
Yeah. So
I think she's like, ask her yourself. It's just because I'm a girl.
So I'm trying to like think of like me, the character is trying to think through like what to do.
I just go, it's fine.
Jared, wait. There's a principle at stake here.
Oh.
Good cop, bad cop is reversed.
Yeah. So I think I sit down like on a stump or something, right? Like whatever is nearby. And I just say like, I'm pretty relaxed, but I look at Rosie and I say, listen, if we're out there and something happens, how do I know I can trust you now that you've lied to me about something that's pretty important?
She looks kind of confused and she's like, but I'm not lying so that you won't trust me. I'm lying because it's not fair.
You're lying because you think it's not fair. Now, I'm not going to argue about the merits of gender equality right now.
Just the way you say things like that. It's so funny. Like the way your character talks about stuff like that. It's so funny to me.
But Rosie, you have to understand that it doesn't matter why you lied. The point is that you did. And I stand up and turn away, and then I say,
So I think she, unless you have something you really want to say, I think she says okay, I get it. I'm not to be trusted. And I think she bows her head real low and she gets a couple of tears, but she turns away and she's like, if you can't trust me, I shouldn't come. I understand.
Okay,
and
so do I have to make another empathy? Can I make another empathy roll, or do I have to have the last one ride?
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, I don't think the situation has really changed that much. I think it's fine.
So I still can't. Oh, but no, that means I still can tell, right? Because I succeeded.
Can tell, but at a minor cost.
Yes. So is she being genuine in this moment?
Yes. I guess I don't know what the minor cost is then.
I mean, I imagine no matter what decision I make here, there's going to be somewhat consequences.
Okay, I'm gonna disregard the minor cost because there's something else I'm gonna bring up, and we can just kind of.
Yep.
But it won't be a minor cost. It's something a little more than a minor cost, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So
I'm doing that, so we'll just do that.
And I turn away, and that was kind of my hope, is that she would respond like that when I turned away, right? Like she would actually respond to it.
Right.
And I'm thinking about it, and I look back. Man, I don't know how because me as a person right now is no, she definitely shouldn't come. This is not good. but I feel like my character might allow it.
It's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Right? Like she's got to learn how to carry her own weight too.
Who else is here?
What do you mean here?
As in, like, if I took her to, like, who else is actually here to protect people? Like, who's able-bodied? Like, obviously, David and Josh.
Yes. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, there's Mr. Lang, Lynn.
Oh, okay. No,
Lynn's sister,
yeah.
whose name I
Yeah,
forgot.
Lynn's sister.
Yeah, that's fine. Never mind.
Sadie
That's not a concern then for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I say, Rosie, did you hear everything I said about following orders?
I think she turns and she's like, and she nods.
Yeah, I'm like looking back over my shoulder at this point.
She's lying about that though.
She is.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, dang, this girl. Yeah. So I'm like looking back over my shoulder and I'm like, don't make me regret it. And then I just start walking.
Okay, yeah. She smiles real big and she's like, all right, guys, let's do this.
Like, fall in line.
All right, yeah. She falls in line at the front.
Sure. All right, yeah. We hike out into the wilderness as Jared starts, I assume, tries to get us to sing a camp song.
I start singing a generic camp song. I don't know what he can.
100 bottles of beer on the wall, and then Caleb's like, no, not beer, soda, Jared. They're underage. Soda.
Oh, okay.
I mean, obviously, Jared, the song you start singing is CAMPFIRE.
FIRE. Oh, yeah. They won't get it.
I know. No, yeah, that's what happens. I think you start singing it, and I'm like, Jared, they won't get it. It's
all of the culture is gone.
The memes.
These kids don't know what memes are.
It's true. I mean, to be fair, if the apocalypse happened in 2015, we barely knew what memes were.
Yep. Okay, so Caleb, give me a roll.
Oh,
lead them into the wilderness roll.
Okay. So the intent is to get there safely, basically?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Is this just a lore roll?
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's what your stunt is for, correct?
Yeah.
Tracking, but with lore.
Oh, is that what I'm doing? I'm tracking.
No.
But similar enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Difficulty.
Let me think about this. I think 3 is fine.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
Camp counselors or
I got a 1. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and spend that camp counselors. We can always make more aspects later.
do a 3.
Yeah.
What was the difficulty?
You succeeded at a minor cost.
3.
I can't help. Never mind. My lore is 0.
Okay, so Caleb, I think you guys make it there, but I think you guys have to leave. You guys have to use up some supplies, right? So at one point, you guys have to like cross over like a little bit of a cliff. So you guys have to use like your rope,
Some rope and stuff. Okay. Yeah. So those are the things.
Yep. You guys have to use some ammunition to scare off some radioactive beasts and stuff like that. So I'm going to put in the aspect of low on supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
No, I know. I'm just realizing
you
we probably none of those are probably relevant for this session. So I'll just
you're moving
get rid of them. Yeah.
There we go, I guess. Okay, the computer's having a hard time writing this out. Nope. There we go. That took way too long. All right. Okay, so so I think that's the gist of kind of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I think like you guys are almost there and you guys decide to make camp before you guys go into the radio tower.
Yeah.
just because you don't know what's up and you want to be fresh for when you guys enter, just in case. And so we kind of get this like campfire scene, and I think probably Rick is kind of we got to kind of open up with that scene. So we got to get like a montage, right? And then we kind of get a shot of like the smoke in the sky, and we like pan down to see everybody at the campfire. And Rick is talking about how he's retelling you guys of a time that he was in the forest and he saw like this huge elk, and it was like radioactive, and he's like, so I swear that it stared right at me, but then I just like stood up really big and like waved my arms at him, and I thought I was a dead man, but because it's radioactive and I didn't think it was gonna act like a normal elk, but it ran away. It was like I scared it or something, and I don't know how. But man, that was the craziest thing. And ever since then, I've been thinking maybe some of the animals that are radioactive aren't all gone. Maybe their brains are still a little bit there, like zombies, but they're still in there, you know?
So more like vampires.
Yeah, I guess kind of like vampires. Yeah, but worse, you know? And like, but better than zombies.
So I like frown. I'm like, wait, how do you know about zombies and vampires?
What do you mean? Doesn't everybody?
I mean, from my perspective, yes. From your perspective, being 13, you were 2 when it all went down.
Well,
I guess Mary tells you stories.
Well, yeah, and we have a VCR with like a couple of tapes that we can watch and some comic books. So I know a little bit about stuff before the fall.
Okay.
Do you know what SpongeBob is?
He's like, SpongeBob? Is that a different kind of monster?
You shouldn't have got your hopes up, Jared.
Yeah.
Yes, in a way, SpongeBob was a different kind of monster.
And I think Ben and Rosie kind of look at you guys and they're like, we remember SpongeBob.
Yeah, I'm like thinking about it like, wow. Your parents just sat you in front of Nickelodeon at the age of 5?
and they kind of look at each other, and Ben's like, I mean, they didn't want us to, but we certainly did.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Or no, I think what they say is, our parents didn't pay us much mind when we were young.
Yeah, Caleb, you forgot TVs used to be parents.
Yeah, I kind of frown and just like, I think I frown and then I like get a little quiet. And I think you can tell, Jared, that I'm like thinking about Annabelle. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I have a daughter. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I forgot you had a daughter.
Adopted, but yeah.
But she's not actually your daughter.
No, adopted, yeah.
Oh, where is she?
She's with Maddie back in Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you still married to Maddie?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So I think Rick is like, so anyway, that's why when you're saying that granola is still kind of in there, that's why I believe you. It's because that big story with the elk, or the story about the big elk.
I mean, it was a big story. Let's be real, Rick.
About the big elk.
I wouldn't go trusting them. He bit me a lot before we became friends. And I pull up my sleeve and there's just like tons of bite scars.
He's like, whoa. And I think the other 3 boys and Rosie like laugh, and they're like they look down at Rick, and they think he is still a little bit childish. So Earl, Zach, Ben, and Rosie are just kind of like,
mm-hmm.
And I think Earl kind of looks at you, Jared, and he seems to be kind of like much quieter than everybody else. You haven't really heard him talk too much. And I think he kind of looks at you and he's like, Jared, you ever had to kill anybody?
Yep.
What happened?
Man. Well, they were a bunch of bad people, and they were attacking the innocent people. So I killed them all. And at first, it's hard, but eventually you know, like you could see him trying to posit this so that a kid would understand, but
Right.
and not be like blunt like David, just like kill everyone.
Right.
But yeah, killing is a kind of a difficult subject, and it's sad that kids like you have to be privy to this activity so early. But yeah, it sucks, but it's necessary to protect the people you care about.
Yeah, and I think I jump in at that point and I say, because this is just still around the fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just say, if these are better times, you all would have had fathers who would have protected you and gotten you ready for that sort of thing. But I get really serious, and I look at each of the men in turn, and I'm like, but since you don't have that right now, you're gonna have to step up and be those people. Those other kids back there, Mary, Rosie, they need men like you, and they need you to be men.
And women.
No, I was including Rosie in the to be protected category.
Oh,
That's what I was saying there. Not that she can't, but like, you know, or that she shouldn't even in this sort of situation. But I'm making a point, like looking at them like this is your responsibility. All right. And I think I say, now that doesn't mean that you have the right to just attack anyone you think might be hurting, or anyone who might be threatening what you have there. Got to be wise. You got to be smart. You got to know when to fight and when not to. And
they're all like kind of nodding as you're saying it.
Yeah,
like they
and
get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and as they're doing that, I'm just like, oh gosh, they don't get it at all, right? And I say, and I wish we had the time to explain it all to you to help you figure that out, but we don't. We can say a few words to you, and then we're going to be gone.
You guys are leaving? Zach says.
I'm like, we have to.
We're on a secret mission.
Ben is like, secret mission? What are you talking about?
I look at him like, I look at him dead serious. Like, I'm like, we're trying to save the world.
And they all just kind of look at each other and like frown. They're like, you're serious?
Yep.
And I think Rosie like is like, ugh, this is stupid. And she's like, why don't we just go to bed? You guys gave me a big lecture about lying, and you guys just don't want to tell us what you're doing. Goodness gracious.
How did the world end, Rosie?
I think she had like laid down her head, and she like sits back up, and she's like, nuclear fallout.
And how do you think the world would end a second time?
I don't know, aliens.
I chuckled to myself, and I'm like, all right, fine. You don't want to know then. That's all right.
No, of course we want to. What part of this conversation means we don't want to know? It means that I don't want to know. I just called you a liar.
Keeping the truth from someone for their own good isn't lying. At least it's not always is. And lying isn't always bad. And I look at Rosie, I'm like, that is something important to remember. let's say a group of guys, bad guys, came to your little village over there, and they needed one of the kids. They asked specifically for one of them, and you were hiding them. And they said, "Do you have Brett?" It would be a good thing to lie to them and say, "No, we don't," because that's protecting someone. But when you're trying to prove yourself, to be responsible, to be ready for a task, you don't lie to the person who's trying to lead that effort.
So she's like, so basically I can decide when it's right to lie and when it's not.
No. What part of that did you get? And I look at Jared, I'm like, oh, we don't have the time to like give them a lecture on morality.
I think she's messing with you.
Yeah. So I shake my head. I'm like, suffice it to say that there's some more stuff happening with nukes. They didn't all go off. I just leave it hanging.
They're all just like, whoa. I think there's like some silence for a bit, and then Ricky just says that. He's just like, whoa.
Anyway, that's enough for me. We should all get some sleep.
And I think they're all like, okay. And they all just kind of turn in. And as you guys are going to bed, I'm sure you guys like stay up for a little bit after they do.
Yeah.
You kind of notice. Actually, no. Why don't you guys both roll a notice check real quick?
Sure.
Difficulty 2.
Uh-oh.
Notice. I got a 1.
I also got a 1.
Okay, so you guys don't notice anything.
I will use a fate point. And
you might not want to use a fate point. This is flavor.
Oh.
Well, then why'd you make us make a roll?
Because I wanted to see if you guys would or not.
I could have just helped you, Caleb. Dang it.
You say difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Oh. Can we just say that that's what happened? Jared?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the minor cost would be quite yet. I guess we can kind of explore that. But you notice that Ben and Rosie are like reach out and like hold each other's hands as they're.
Ah, gosh, it was a bad idea to bring Rosie.
So I think after like, so for the minor cost, like you see that,
yeah.
And then like they kind of notice that you saw them,
yeah.
And like stop right away.
Yeah.
And you're not 100% sure.
Yeah. It's like a situation where if I did say something and I was wrong, it would be embarrassing. So yeah.
Of course it's Ben. Of course it's Ben.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think I nod to Jared real quick, and I'm like come out into the like a little bit of waste with me. I got something I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
As of like
should we leave the kids unprotected?
I mean, we're walking like 10 feet away, just like so they don't hear us when we whisper to each other.
Gosh.
So I just like leech out, and then I just whisper.
Like granola. Keep walking.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I just say, this is messed up. I feel like I wish we could stay here and do something about this. It feels like every single place that we go, we just make it worse and then leave.
Mess things up and leave?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sucks those men don't have a dad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a rare thing anymore. It wasn't a rare thing before the fall.
Yeah.
Everything's changed, but really nothing has changed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I probably just like shake my head. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know. I guess nothing. There's nothing.
Okay, so then we just kind of cut there. You guys go to bed. Cut there to the next morning, and I think you guys are like we just kind of get a shot of like the radio tower door like opening and like the like morning sun kind of like coming in, and you guys kind of like sneak in. Go ahead and make like a stealth roll just as a group.
Sure.
I don't think
what's your stealth, Caleb?
None of the kids are going to give you guys bonuses or negatives.
I can roll lore instead of stealth.
Oh, I'll add a +1 with my stealth.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I think that's fine because you're using a stunt to use a different skill. He doesn't have that capability, but he still is good at stealth.
Okay. Yeah. That wasn't my question so much as can we add to a stealth roll? Don't we all have to make individual ones, or at least like the person who's the worst at it has to make? Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
No, this is fine.
Difficulty.
A 3.
There you go. Right on the money.
Well, succeeding at a minor cost.
So much of that.
Yep. So I think you stay. The minor cost is you aren't seen, but the last person in doesn't close the door behind you. So if there is anybody in here, they will notice somebody came in. They just don't know where you are.
Yeah, and I imagine this is less like they left the door wide open and more like they like kind of pushed it. It didn't quite close and then came back open as we like went around a corner. Because we would have noticed if.
Whereas it's like slowly zooming in as everybody's coming out, and then like the I think probably Ricky behind everybody else, like almost closes it but not quite.
Yeah,
and then it like slowly comes back out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So go ahead and make like a
scavenging roll of some sort.
Yeah, scavenging rolls will probably notice like what to see what you guys kind of find. And I think we'll do a difficulty 4 to like find something that you guys can get the flash drive in to be able to pull the information off of it.
Right.
And then if I succeed with style, you'll find things that
other valuable stuff.
Back.
You can add 1 to your roll for me.
Sweet. 3, you said? 4?
Yeah. 4,
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay. I think that's it, right? Hey, right on the money again.
I'm just waiting for one of these minor costs to be one of the kids is gone.
So I think the minor cost here is as you're picking something up, you make a big noise.
Okay, yeah. So I'll frame the scene here. I think like it's probably like this scattered dashboard of, because it's a radio tower, right? It's like, used to be just a menagerie of various like electronic parts and things. Maybe someone was here before, like during the fall at some point, and then abandoned it. But like there's like this hard drive or whatever and a monitor and stuff, and it's like on the like, and I think the whatever banister, or this is probably like above, right, is like slightly damaged and is like kind of leaning down, and like the railing's gone, and like it just kind of falls into the lower level, and the whole desk is like sagging, right? And so I'm like carefully picking my way across the floor and like trying to grab like the hard drive without sliding the rest of the stuff off the desk to the ground, right? Because it's like the hard drive is stuck up against like wedged up against something, and there's like a bunch of other stuff like on the other side of it. So I'm trying to like wedge it out without the stuff shifting and all falling, and I obviously fail. And so I grab the hard drive and like fall back because I almost like trip, and then just a bunch of random cords and other gadgets just like fall down and like crash to the ground.
Yep. Yeah, and then
supposed to be quiet.
I was trying.
When you say that, there comes the sound of a gunshot.
Of course.
And I think It's gonna shoot at you, Caleb.
Oof, dang.
I'm gonna block for you.
Thanks, buddy.
With that, that is armor piercing rounds. So if you're taking the shot, it's gonna be an 11 instead.
Okay. Gosh dang it.
Good luck, buddy. Thanks.
Oof. I can't use my pearls before swine yet. Well, this is going to be a very difficult roll.
Still managed to not take a scratch. Ridiculous. Okay, or no, yeah, because it's 11. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's still. So
it's a 3. I'll just take the 3 physical.
Okay, yeah. So
he probably still blocks it, but like your arm is like jarred and like vibrating.
Yeah, so we definitely have like a Captain America type of scene where Caleb's like, "Oh, thanks," and then look out, and Jared just like.
So I think probably what happened, Connor, is like Jared was like complaining about me being loud, and I was like, "Sorry, you maybe could have given me a hand over here." And then Jared like starts rushing over quickly, and I'm like, "Well, I don't need it now," and then he just goes, whoop.
Yeah,
like, thanks. And I think what I do is I just grab the hard drive and slide it like up across the floor where it's like more level ground, and then like roll over, grab my rifle out, and then just like pointing down wherever it was.
Yep. Okay. So, but then I think all the kids like kind of look to you guys.
Yeah. I'm like, I just say, boys, get down.
Okay. So everybody drops down.
Yep.
And I think there's going to be a couple more shots that go after the kids.
Couple more.
That 5 and a 6, and I think I'll do 2. I think one's going after Ben. Oh my gosh.
That was Ben's roll.
Yes.
He got a -1 against a 5.
Yep. And I think the second one is going to be for Earl. Okay. So he takes 3 shifts of damage. I don't know how I want to do. I think I just want to do consequences for them. I don't think I want to give them like stress.
Well,
yeah, I think that's how I want to do it. I know that that's not quite like the way it goes, but because they're like
I should have let you get shot, Caleb.
What?
I should have let you get shot.
I mean, I would have been very hurt.
Yeah.
Because all my consequences are still up. Like I could die here, dude.
So I think Ben has a severe consequence, and
can I just take the damage?
I mean, he's basically standing in their way still.
I guess so. I think that's fine.
Oh, Connor, wasn't I supposed to lower my consequences at all?
I think David lowered his to a 4 instead of a 6.
Right. So my mild and moderate go away, and I just have 1 moderate.
Oh, yes.
Which is
you have 1 moderate consequence that is recovering tanked.
Okay, I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah,
So
I forgot about that too.
What's that? Because I didn't want you guys to recover from your severe consequences, and it felt weird.
If I get a severe consequence today, will that still be there tomorrow? The next session?
I mean, yes.
I don't think I want to be that mean.
No, that's not mean. That's how you play the game, Connor. Come on.
Yeah, but then Caleb, the severe consequence won't go away until the end of the game.
Well.
You know what I mean?
That's fair. I will go along with Jared's argument, if only to save my own skin as well.
Yeah, I just didn't want it because this is like supposed to be a mini session when not everybody's there. So I think I just want to fudge it. So, yeah. So Jared, you can take 11 damage if you want.
11.
Yep.
Why would it be 11?
That's how much. That's how many shifts.
Well,
If you just take damage, that's a 5 and a 6.
He's taking the.
I'm only going to take the 6. I'm not going to take the other dude. The dude who got a 3 is fine. He just
Oh,
gets a
okay.
scratch.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Earl is gonna get scraped. Earl's got scraped. And so Jared, you're taking 6 or 5? Yeah. Shot again. Okay. So then it's your guys' turns. So I think what's revealed is there are 3 gunmen.
Okay.
Right. That are basically like, so they're like corridors and stuff like that. I don't want to draw out the whole map, but they're like corridors and stuff. And they like probably like 2 from like one hallway and like 1 from a different hallway. And they just both like peeked around and fired off shots and then like put their back.
And so based on the way that I had figured, I had described the like kind of upper level. I assume this is like down on the lower level they're shooting at us from. There's like corridors down there. Or is it from behind us?
It's from behind you.
Oh, okay. Oof, that's bad. That means the kids are, there's no way, no, that doesn't make any sense then, because then Jared wouldn't be in the
room. I thought, okay, so how I pictured it was there was this room with like the radio stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's like glass, and then there's like a little bit of like a balcony out in front of the glass, and then there are corridors going out like that. So like one over here and one over here that are like around the box in which you guys were looting.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
And Jared, do you understand that as well?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I don't want to take the time to draw it out, but that would take.
You're fine.
All right. Okay. So then your guys' turn. So I forget what your guys is.
Caleb's notice is 3 minus 2.
Yeah. So
It's Caleb's turn.
Caleb, Jared, kids, they can all go at the same time, and then shooters, they can all go at the same time.
So this makes sense though, right, Connor? As the map?
Yeah, that's fine.
So one shooter in each corridor, and we're in the middle here.
Yeah. And then the kids are in a box, and you guys are outside the box, right?
So the way it would have, I mean, this is like a radio tower. I was imagining like, so as you said, right, like it would be like a tech booth sort of thing, right, up in the top, and there would be like glass or whatever. But then I imagine like part of the floor is like gone and is sliding down to the lower level, which is why all that stuff crashed.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we'd all just be in that same space there because there wouldn't be anything else really.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And obviously I just described something that I thought was cool, but.
Wait, what? Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. All right. Yeah. I thought you were disappointed that I wasn't more like.
No. I just meant like you can always obviously change it.
I thought you were like, well, I thought it was cool.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying you can obviously change it if it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're the GM, but.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So.
Okay, so I think I immediately tell you, Jen, Jared. I say, I'm not going to be much help close up. I'm not going to be much help fighting them on my own or fighting alongside you. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
You take them out. I say, you close the distance. I'll cover you.
I book it. Well, you have to do.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm just saying is, as long as you're like, sounds good. I would just like cover fire and create an advantage.
So, Connor, I'm reading the fate rules.
Yes.
And I can like do the defend action on anyone that's like narratively makes sense close to me.
Yes, we just decided for your stunt, since that's way OP, that you can only defend one person per turn. Because and it also is narratively that if you're standing in front of somebody blocking gunshots, like it's not feasible that you would then run over there and block gunshots too.
Exactly.
Okay.
It made sense to do what you just did then there because they're shooting at the same group of people that's all right next to each other. But
okay. So I'm just gonna bum rush the closest guy.
Connor, what's the difficulty for the creative advantage?
Because there's 3 of them and 1 of you, I'm gonna say a 4.
So there's 2 in one quarter and 1 of the other?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 you said?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey, got a 3.
You've got a fate point.
Yeah, but I'm creating an advantage. Like it doesn't actually help for me to spend a fate point in this instance. That actually is worse for me.
Okay.
Though it does mean that you can spend it does mean that you get it for free.
Can't you just fail?
I can. But I think Connor could choose to make it a negative aspect if he wants.
I could.
Oh, okay. You've got 3.
Do I get a free invoke on it as well?
I believe so. That sounds right.
Okay. That's going to be pinned down.
Well, I think I'll just spend it then.
Okay.
And so you can keep that, but you can change the color if you want. Right. Yeah. Because that means that I'm basically giving a fate point to Jared. Is basically what that means, right?
Right.
I can write it, Connor. I'll just do it.
Okay. Oh, fine. All right. So Jared, your turn then.
I run at the one who has the armor-piercing rounds.
They all do. One of them has a +7 though, and one of them has a +5.
You want us to die here, Connor? Is that what you're
after the one who?
No.
Did you just want to play with David and Josh now? Did you just? This is the way you just wanted to tell Jared tonight you didn't want to play with us anymore.
Yes, exactly.
I'll go after the +7 one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
He's gonna have a +7 athletics.
So he's a 4. So he's +7 is got. I'm just talking out loud. +7 has got 1 stress.
Okay, would it be worth it there to use pin down or no?
You got a what roll against a what?
I got 5 against his 4.
Oh. Yes, if you wanted to go ahead and spend a fate point on it too. But I like if you're gonna go for it, I'd go more in than just 1. But you might want to wait till for a better shot.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Okay.
Oh, and I yell, I'm only giving you guys 1 chance to surrender, and we can, talk this out peacefully. It's not a roll or anything. It's just to activate my stunt.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm going to 100% kill all of them.
I think. So you're like in close quarters with him, and he gives you like a toothy smile, and he's like missing some teeth, and he's just like, "You'll all die here."
Yeah, when he says that, I think I yell at the kids. I'm like, "Do not hesitate! Shoot them!"
They all kind of give each other a look.
Caleb, they're a group. They get a big bonus.
Exactly.
Okay, so I got the shooters again. I think so. Obviously, the +7 is going to try to shoot at you, Jared.
I thought don't the kids get to go?
The shooters go first.
They just
in turn order. They have better notice.
They haven't done anything yet.
I got shot Twice.
From
All
at the
right.
beginning, like the surprise round.
Surprise.
Oh, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 10.
Oof.
Dang.
Okay.
Well, GG, boys.
That's 14. He takes 2 shifts of damage.
Yes, he does.
I just straight up sucker punch him in the face with the shield. I'm like, I told you this isn't gonna work. And can he use shoot from close range without a penalty? Because David has to have a stunt for that.
That is a good question. For future reference, we'll not do that. This definitely worked in your favor, so just ignore it, or and you know what? I'll just give him that stunt.
Okay, that's
Fine.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so other shooters, they're gonna shoot at you this time, Caleb.
Oh, fun.
both of them?
What? No, I think they're gonna shoot at the kids. No, you told them to drop down. They'll shoot at you, Caleb.
Thanks.
So,
I don't know if I feel better about this or not.
I can block one of them.
No,
Wait,
because
I can-
you just ran down one of the corridors, so you're in a different zone now.
Oh.
So, I mean, if they're all... Well, that guy shot at you. Okay, so the other two are shooting at me. I see.
Correct.
Yeah. No, okay, so I got to defend against both of them.
3 and a 6.
Caleb.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I don't have a very good athletics, though. So
You need to boost that up, my dude.
I was focusing on rapport stuff because...
Yeah.
All right, anyway. I'll go ahead and roll athletics against the first one. And I'll just
So
take the 1 stress. Athletics against the second one. I will take the 2 stress.
Can I
Okay.
throw one of my shields to deflect the bullets?
No.
Yeah, I'll just take the stress. It's fine. So I'm just like barely... They're whizzing by my head.
Then we got the kids' turn, and there is one.
I think the last thing I say right as it gets to their turn is I look at... was it Ben that was with Rosie?
Yes.
Yeah, I look at him. I like look him in the eyes. I'm like, protect Rosie, Ben.
He gives you a knowing nod, and then I think Ben is kind of given the orders. He takes charge, and he's like, all right, all of us. He's like kind of whispering, and you don't really hear him, but
I assume they've kind of scattered around the room and are like behind various things. Yeah.
He's like on the count of 3, we're all gonna take a shot. Are you ready? And we get a shot of like super wide-eyed
Fire.
yeah. But he gives a nod, and he's like 1, 2, 3, and they all pop up at the same time, and like so they all have like rifles, and then Ricky has his like pump action shotgun, and Rosie comes up with the two pistols.
Dang, that's a lot of shots at one time.
Yep. They all take a shot at one of the shooters. That's a 4.
Oof, that was not a good roll.
One of the +5 shooters, and so he takes
3.
So we'll say dude 1's gonna take mild and 1 stress.
Got it.
Okay. Caleb, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. I'll just go ahead and keep creating advantages. That's what I'm best for at this point. I'm not going to actually hit these guys.
I'll use their athletics to defend against the advantage this time. So
okay.
You could just make a non-shoot related advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Can I just say the stuff that I was just saying? Can I just make a rapport instead? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think difficulty. Difficulty 3. Ben's helping you out.
Okay. Boom.
Hey.
So name it whatever you'd like.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of a pun off Bardic Inspiration.
That's okay, Jared. Go ahead and start your turn.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna punch that dude again.
All right. Yep.
Another 5.
Forget what I gave him for his defense roll. It was a +3. Okay. So 1.
Oof. Well, I'm gonna spend my fate point on my shield, and I'm gonna use one of the pin downs.
Okay. He's gonna take mile. Where did he take the mild already? No, he just took 2 stress. So he's gonna take, or just took the 1 stress. You're gonna take the 2 stress and a severe. So you can decide what the name of the severe one is, and then keep in mind you get free invoke on that.
Knocked the rest of his teeth out.
Okay. Knocked the rest of teeth out. Okay, then shooter's turn. So we will. He's gonna shoot at you again. So he's doing it like David does, and he like is keeping his distance, and he has pistols, right? And so he's just like dancing around you and shooting. So like you try to close the distance, and he'll just kind of duck and still fire. Is basically how he's doing it.
Gotcha.
So that's a really bad roll. But I will spend a fate point to have him re-roll that. I think it's going to be with low on supplies. I'll just spend it on that since I don't have aspects for these people. And that his roll then is an 11 altogether. Okay, great. So you still block. Okay, and then other 2 shooters. They'll shoot at you again, Caleb. I think just because like the other kids are like only shooting and then like ducking down all the way. And they have a much more easily defendable position. And they're kids, so people are probably less likely to shoot at kids just in general. So 5 and a 6.
Okay. Well, Jared, make sure my body gets back to Maddie, okay?
I'm trying.
All right, I won against the 5. So,
Caleb, what's your refresh right now?
That's a 3. So
points, don't you?
I have 2 fate points right now.
Okay, yeah.
I know, I do.
That's a -1 roll.
I can't take a 4. But you also said severe would go away.
Yes. Well, why don't you defend with the other one first, though?
Okay, as long as you can let me do that, that's fine.
Ooh.
No.
Okay.
All right, so gonna have to use these. Gonna have to use these advantages that I created for you to save my butt. All right, so I have a 4 and a 7. I will go ahead and spend a fate point on Relentless Leader to re-roll that -1.
Okay, yep.
That'll be the first thing I do. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so you're still taking 4 off of that.
So 2 4s. Let's see.
You can use the protect them free invoke. We can say as somebody's about to shoot you, Ben pops up and a couple shots, and then as he's ducked back down, he gives you the nod, like protect you too.
I don't think I'm going to do that simply because those are easier for other people to use. So I'm going to spend my last fate point.
But fine, yeah. If you don't want to use that character development,
No, you can. I'll do that, but I'll spend a fate point on it instead of using.
Oh, okay,
invoke,
sure.
so that someone else can use an invoke if they need to. Okay. Which means it's a 2 against 2 and a 4 now. So I'll take a mild with that 2.
Okay.
Grazed. And I'll take a severe with the 4.
Okay.
Shot in the shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, crap. Like, trying to get behind something and just like grabbing my shoulder, like, this is not what I signed up for.
Okay, so then it's Jared's your turn.
I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to punch him in the face again.
Okay.
We were going on a camping trip.
I got a 6 this time.
You got a 4.
And I'll use his free invoke of knocked out teeth.
Okay. In which case, he's taken out of the fight.
Yay.
So he's done.
Can I use my movement action to get back into the room?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm back in the room in front of Caleb again.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, mine's done.
Or wait, that was the shooter's. It shouldn't have been Jared's turn next. I was confused.
Oh, no, I go right after Caleb.
Right, Caleb didn't just go. It was he was defending against the shots.
Oh, so it would have been Caleb's turn. But,
no, it should have been the kids' turns, and then it would have been Caleb's turn,
okay.
And then it would have been.
Well, we just let's keep that and just skip my turn.
Right. I'm fine with that.
After that, I'll be in the room.
Right. So then the kids are going to take a shot at the same guy they took a shot at again, and they got a 7. And his defense is what? You got a +4 nat? Holy crap! Man. So he just takes. What is that going to be? He has to take his 2 stress, I think. Yep, he has to take his 2 stress. I'll keep track of that. That's fine. So then Caleb, go ahead.
So it's my actual turn now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we did my turn out of order.
No, that's good. That's right.
Oh, you know what? They have a mild consequence against him, and I think they're just going to invoke that and take him out of the fight instead.
You do also have another fate point for the scene. You've only spent 1.
Yep.
Who are they taking out of the fight?
One of the +5 guys.
Okay.
Oh, the kids are. Okay. Sweet.
How much health do they have?
Not a lot.
Oh, okay.
They're glass cannons.
Gotcha.
I had that in mind for a fight with you, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can use stuff that I'm better at.
Well, I think this will help too. Being able to change stuff after this and like make new stunts and stuff like that is having a little bit of combat here. You can kind of get a feel for how best you can do stuff if there's less people involved.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, I'm grabbing my shoulder and I just say, screw it. And I just drop my rifle and I grab my machete out from like my side and I just start stalking towards the open like corridor there where the other +5 guy is. And I just kind of like crack my neck and start like swinging around the machete. And I say, you, me, like as he's probably like reloading, it's like, you, me, one of us is gonna. I have to say this right. So I point down, like, where the floor breaks open, and like,
Right.
let's say that there's like a big like shard of wood that's just like a spike like sticking up, and I say you, me, and then let's point my finger down there. One of us isn't gonna be impaled on that thing when this is over, and I just like start like and like run towards him, but I'm not actually gonna attack him. I'm just gonna roll to intimidate him, so that I'll just run away.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go. Difficulty, I guess, against his will.
Yeah.
Go and do that first.
All right.
3. All right. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, that's right, boy.
Well,
Succeed with style.
Hey, Connor, just for the sake of me being hilarious, you have 3 free invokes on Caleb. Or 2 for the grazed and the severe.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot that he gets... so he'll use both of those, and then he's going to spend a fate point on low on supplies.
Okay. So maybe maybe I don't actually have my machete in this scene because I had to like drop it somewhere.
So you like picked up a rod or something like that?
Yeah. I like go for my machete before this happens, and I realize it's not there. I'm like, crap. And I just grab like a piece of wood, and I'm just like, this worked for the nail before.
So then we skip Jared's turn.
I can spend protect them if I need to, right?
Oh yeah, obviously can, yeah, and then you still succeed.
Yeah, so I'll do that, right? So let's say that happens, and he like isn't intimidated at first, but then maybe Ben shoots him in the hand or something.
Yeah,
and then I'm just like, I like charge him at that point, and he's like, like, can't handle the stimulus all at once.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think it's Ben. I think it's Rick.
Okay, sweet. Shotgun in the hand. Oh, dang.
And so his hand just is like blown off.
Yeah. So I assume he just like stumbles away. Okay.
Yeah.
So if he's just gonna die at the end of this, like if this is over for him, can I describe what happens? I was actually just thinking of you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so I think like he can't get away quick enough, right? And so he's stumbling against the corridor, like trying to get away with his like ruined hand, and I just like grab him by his like collar, right, and just like drag him, like kicking and screaming to the edge, and like put his like, like pin him to the ground right above, like as he's gonna like slide down, basically, if I let him go. And I say, you don't deserve this mercy. And then I just like slam him in the face and then like drag his body like up and back so that he's not going to like slide down. But like I give him that fear moment of just like, you don't deserve this mercy. And then just like, ugh.
Okay, sure. And then I think something disturbing happens.
Oh,
and
that's when something disturbing happens. Okay.
There's a gunshot.
Yeah.
And the guy's dead.
Oh, this guy's dead.
Yep. And you look over, and Earl had out his rifle, and he was like, "No, I've killed somebody too."
Yeah, I look over at him, and I'm like, we'll be talking about this later. And then I like stand back up, go over to like help Jared.
Okay, sure. Okay, so in kind of just a way to kind of wrap this up. So I think what you find on the flash drive, right, is what David earned in that is that Luke is the one that bioengineered the radioactive disease, like the radiation disease. And some very disturbing information is on there, and I think you kind of like bring the computer back with you, and I think once you guys kind of get back, a couple of different things happen, but you guys are kind of you and Jared are probably like sitting down with the computer and trying to like read over it, and I think David's probably there with you, and maybe Josh as well, and we'll probably open up with that scene. But Caleb, Emily Valdez actually comes over and like taps you on the shoulder while you guys are kind of looking through that, and it's like, can I talk to you for a little bit?
So we've already brought everything back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I frown and I say, I look over like at Earl because we haven't had that conversation yet, but I like nod and say, yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah. And Emily pulls you aside and she kind of gets tears in her eyes, and she says, I don't really know how to say this because, you know, he's your brother and it's going to be hard, but
Emily?
I wrote a letter to Mickey, and I think you should just read it. Because I don't know how to tell you, and I don't know how to tell him. And
She wrote a letter to Mickey?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Okay, I'll just read the letter, yeah.
So Emily hands you a sealed letter and like walks away. And you read this letter, and it's like very happy. It's Emily saying, well, it came back positive.
Yeah.
Hate you.
I hate you so much, Connor.
I'm so excited for you, and I know you can't be pulled away from Connor right now, so I wanted to just write this letter so that you knew for sure, and then you can tell Connor whenever you'd like. I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to hold your baby. Signed, Emily Valdez.
And so that was sealed, so she hadn't given it to Mickey.
Hadn't given it to Connor or Mickey, yeah.
Right, so Mickey didn't even know.
That's what and that's what he was trying to. That's what she was trying to say to you, is she doesn't know like how to tell Connor, and so she gave it to you.
Yeah. I think you just see me sobbing. Like that's just where we close it out. Because I'll have to think about how exactly I want to handle that, but you just see me like
that's
stumble away, find somewhere to just sob my eyes out.
So then I think we cut back over to you, Jared, and David and Josh, and we kind of get like a ending of an episode of Lost kind of moment where you guys are kind of reading through it, and it's like a lot of like different things that Luke has been like researching and like experimenting with, and one of the things he wrote in there because he literally bioengineered it over like the course of like years and years, even before the apocalypse. And it describes how they infiltrated like all sorts of different government bases and poisoned the nukes. They messed with them, and it took months, and it took a lot of different people to do it. But Luke was the one that kind of like figured everything out. And they basically poisoned nukes so that the radiation wasn't just like normal radiation, but it took with it a disease that spread after the nukes landed. And one of the things that he writes in there that's very disturbing is that the goal wasn't to target animals. The goal was to target people. And I think you guys kind of are reading that, and we close. And so we get the like a moment of just where Josh is just like, what? And we just cut.
All right.
Well, that's fun. That'll give us fun stuff to play with tomorrow.
Yeah. A lot of depression.
Yep, as always. Cool. We'll end here and then do a quick
do a little after.
Let's do it.
Post-apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. All right. If you're a Patreon or a patron, you will see the after show that we're going to record after this. So thanks for hanging.
Please give us your money.
See ya.
We'll be back.